Annyeonghaseyo.
I'm Marsha the Egg.
I'm Aria.
And we're
So Do for Two.
Okay, so next we're going to be doing a review of, it's either Baker King Kim Tak-gu or King of Baking Kim Tak-gu.
Yes, so this drama came out in 2010, so it's not too old. And so our main characters, so we have Yoon Shin-jun plays Kim Tak-gu. We have Eugene plays Shin Yu-kyung. And then we have Ju-won plays Gu Ma-yoon.
Okay, this was one that right away we knew that this had a really big cast.
Yeah.
And really why we came to this, it was recommended to us by subscribers because of
subscribers.
thank you. Because of our interest in Ju-won.
Yeah.
Ju-won.
Mm-hmm.
And
then we've seen Eugene in Creating Destiny. We've seen the other male lead in Me Too Flower.
Yeah. So for us, this was one of those things where obviously we knew the cast going into it was going to be interesting. Now, what I didn't expect to this was it to be a sort of complex and sort of like intricate and really sort of an evil, web of like deceit and issues happening.
Yeah.
It was very interesting like that. And I could see why this was popular. I know this was popular and it had like pretty high ratings. And I totally get it because I think this would appeal to a lot of people.
Yes. It's not just like really lovey-dovey and it's not just like super suspenseful. It's got a little bit of everything.
Okay, so with the characters here, like we said, like obviously the mains are great. Now, the older cast, who's sort of like the middle-aged sort of age for that, they're really compelling. And the mother in this, Tak-gu's mother as well as Jo-won's character's mother, is just so, evil.
Yeah.
Right? Like, didn't you just hate her
from, like, the moment you see her on screen, you're just, like, she exudes it. And so she must be an amazing actress.
Yeah, and a lot of these episodes, like, the first, what was it, 8 or 9 or something?
8 or 10, yeah, I think up to 10.
It was sort of, like, a lot of childhood things. Which really made it really compelling.
It's a little like Moon Embraces the Sun in that way. There's you see a lot of the childhood more so than most.
Yeah, I think it was really interesting how they sort of described or got to see how the boys grew up in a very different environment and how like they were sort of formed in this environment, and it was really interesting. Like the two main guys are completely different.
Yeah.
Okay, so love triangle. Now this is an interesting love triangle right away, right? Now we have a square here, and I can honestly tell you, this is one of the first times I watched a love square that I was genuinely surprised.
I think with the way the outcome of this love story, we were
kind of shocked.
We did not see it going that way.
I'm not going to really like give that away, but we have obviously the two brothers who like Eugene's character, and then we have another girl in this who is also working at the bakery, and she's really cute and very innocent. So I think we have like sort of, you see with Eugene, like abusive, she was abused as a child, a lot of like anger, she's really intelligent, and then you have like the innocent girl, you have Tak-gu who's very like, wants to do the right thing, and then we have Jo-won's character who is definitely touched by like
we love to
corruption,
hate him.
but also is in love. So it's
the thing
very
about Ju-won, I think as an actor, is we've seen him with Bridal Mask too, is that he is really like even when he's really bad, you just really love him.
I mean, he's a good actor.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we've learned from watching this show.
Definitely.
He's a great actor. Okay, so the next thing is Mistaken Identity, Misunderstanding. Okay, obviously.
Many.
Mistaken Identity, I mean, Tak-gu, the whole thing is that he didn't know who his father was. Then he knows who his father is. He leaves because of craziness. I mean, he doesn't know where his mother is. I mean, this is like an entire show.
Guys. It's seriously, and this is one of those shows too, you have to focus because there's so much going on.
Oh, totally, right? And I think that this was one of those dramas where, as sort of the spell was being woven, I mean, because it's like that. It's like there's a lot happening. I was kind of concerned with what was going to happen with the characters. I was worried it was like all going to crash and burn, or if they were going to have like redeeming characters. So that's why I think it was a really great drama.
Definitely.
Okay, so the next thing is Bad Guy Turned Good. Okay, like who should we talk about being Bad Guy Turned Good? I mean, obviously it's not Kim Tak-gu. I think Ju-won's character is definitely someone you could say is like a bad guy turned good.
He makes that transition. I mean, definitely. There are moments when he's really bad, I feel. And then there's, obviously, he becomes...
and we have, the mother is kind of a bad guy. She's like an evil person turned like less evil.
Less evils?
I mean, we have a bunch of characters here who are really kind of villains in the story.
So Piggyback Ride.
Okay, well, let's see. I don't think there were any Piggyback Rides.
I remember them.
No. Maybe. You know what? It doesn't really seem like a Piggyback Ride situation.
To kiss.
Yeah, so we have a couple kisses, and we have, like, intense kisses.
Yeah.
We were talking about, like, watching Big, and, like, how there's not a lot of, like, actually romantic kisses. It's more about emotion. Well, this one had some, like, tense, we have a Tak-gu kiss, we have a Jo-won kiss. Like, it's just some very intense kisses going on here, but like, in a way that's sort of passion-driven. So that's why you can tell they have such great chemistry.
Awesome. Music.
The theme song for this was good, but not really like
Memorable.
memorable.
It's not a big music drama.
Yeah, fashion, not really. I mean, I think when they were in like the high society thing, they had some really cool
Yeah.
outfits. And actually, she wore her hair a lot like Ari does, which is like kind of pulled back and really curly and pretty. So that was neat.
Oh,
Yeah, so pretty. But yeah, a little bit different than she plays either like really grungy or like really high society. So that was sort of interesting. Okay, so to rate this, I'm gonna give this a really high score. I think for me this was like a 9.5. I really can't. This was like 32 episodes, I believe, and I really can't find anything wrong with it. I think that it's one of those stories I was interested from the beginning to the end. Maybe the only thing I could say is that I thought the beginning with the children just went a little long. Maybe I would have like made that a little shorter. And that's the only thing.
Yeah, for me, again, I give this a 9.5. I think it was great. I think I know now, like, we didn't really watch a lot of the Ju-on shows before Bridal Mask, and now we've watched 2 of his other shows, and I think that this and Eugene, I loved Eugene in this. It was a lot more complex role than Creating Destiny. So I think it was just a really great show.
If
so
you want to watch
this.
something that maybe you could watch with, like, somebody else,
Yeah.
and, like, kind of be really sort of drawn into the story, I would definitely recommend this one.
Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot.
Bye, guys.
Bye.